Get ready for your family's summer adventure with Curry Honda in Chicopee. Hi, it's Cassie, and we want you to hit the road in the all-new 2026 Honda Passport, built for rugged trails and packed with style. Available in vibrant colors to match your vibe. Or pack everyone up in the new Honda Odyssey, the ultimate family minivan with a spacious interior, rear seat entertainment, and cabin watch to keep your kids in check. Come get your dream ride at Curry Honda in Chicopee on Memorial Drive or online at curryhondamass.com.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:53, and Fleetwood Mac with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be, mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 34. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 36. It is 27 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs. Oh, yeah, let me try that. Okay, just chimney needs.
Hey, do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Hollywood Trash brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Dave Coulier, best known for his role as Joey in the sitcom Full House, revealed in an interview with the Today Show that he has been diagnosed with tongue cancer.
No way, dude.
Yeah, cut it out. The diagnosis came after a PET scan showed an unusual growth on his tongue, leading to further testing and a biopsy. Coulier, who had been recently battled and beat stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, underwent surgery to remove a portion of his tongue where HPV-related tongue cancer was discovered. Despite facing 2 cancer diagnoses within a year, Coulier remains cautiously optimistic and credits his wife, Melissa, for her unwavering support through his career journey.
Wow.
Michael Douglas had the same thing.
Yes, he did. You know, I mean, I have that joke from Gilbert Gottfried, but I just feel it's not fully appropriate.
Yeah, maybe it's not appropriate at this time.
It's like, how do you not like Dave Coulier?
Well, I mean, if he got rid of it.
I suppose.
Yeah. Netflix is standing by its documentary series about disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, despite his lawyers accusing the streaming giant of corporate retaliation. The show, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, executive produced by Combs' rival 50 Cent, premiered on Netflix. Combs has criticized the series as a shameful hit piece and claimed that footage was obtained unlawfully. Netflix refuted these claims, stating that the footage was legally obtained and that no one was paid to participate. The documentary portrays Combs as a powerful and intimidating figure in the music industry, with interviewees expressing fear of speaking out against him. I saw a TikTok video of this guy. They're showing a picture of Diddy in prison.
Mm-hmm.
It was a real picture of him out like on the yard, like kind of mentoring the other prisoners, I guess.
Sure.
And one of them was like clinging to his arm, and it's like, look, Diddy got a girlfriend in jail. Because it looked, I mean, the way the guy was looking at him was like, ooh, it's Diddy.
That. I saw that. But listen, what a guy does in the can is really nobody's business.
Well, I guess it's not considered taboo because you're in prison and the only thing that you have is another man.
And is that so wrong?
No, I guess
it's not. It's not wrong.
James Cameron emphasizes the upcoming Avatar sequel does not use genetic AI. Remember we were talking about him yesterday saying, I don't like AI. I'm like, wasn't the whole movie AI?
Pretty much, yeah.
Highlighting the importance of real human performances in the film, he expresses concern about the potential threat of AI, but believes Hollywood will navigate through it. The cast, including Zoe Saldana, has emphasized the commitment and physical labor required to bring the characters to life. Cameron's technology aims to empower artists while maintaining human emotion at the core of filmmaking in the Avatar franchise. So, I'm not using it this time, even though I used it for the entire movie the first time.
Just because all the characters in that film were animated does not mean that they're not human, per se.
Phish announces a 9-show residency at Sphere in Las Vegas in the spring, following their successful 4-night run in 2024. The new dates are set for April 16th through the 18th and April 23rd through the 25th, as well as April 30th through May 2nd. With ticket requests open until December 8th, fans can also purchase limited travel packages that include hotel rooms and show tickets known for unique set list and visuals. Phish's upcoming performances are highly anticipated by their dedicated fan base. I imagine what that place will smell like.
I was thinking the same thing. How many ambulances will there need to be on hand to take care of all the tripping that goes on? Because there's going to be a lot of tripping.
You know, I went to the Sphere to see this like Earth thing, and I'm actually going back to Vegas next month, and I want to go see The Wizard of Oz. It's a showing of The Wizard of Oz.
With the Pink Floyd in the background?
Yeah, I would hope so. But I can't tell you how cool this Sphere thing is. It's like one of these experiences, a thing that I've never experienced before, about like things are all around you. It's not just you're watching on an IMAX screen. This thing is like everywhere. 360, and that would be kind of cool. I don't know if I want to spend $110 to watch The Wizard of Oz when I can rent it at home for $3.99 off Amazon Prime. But
yeah, then the problem with spending all that money to see Fish is that you have to endure the music of Fish.
Well, I mean, come on.
I mean, if you don't mind 3 hours of noodling around on a guitar and lyrics that are god-awful, then you'll have a great time.
But my point being, and I forgot to mention this, that one of the things about the Sphere is that it has smells. Like when you're in the African jungle, you could smell the rainforest and all that stuff.
Right.
They put the scents in. What is the fish scent that you get? Is it like BO and burnt weed? And I don't know. Like somebody wasn't showered in 6 days?
Maybe like the lower deck of a shrimp boat?
Perhaps. Yeah, I would.
And a lot of weed.
A lot of weed. Rapper Tootsie surprised fans by announcing his commitment to play football for Syracuse University. When I was in Syracuse, fulfilling a childhood dream, the multi-platinum artist shared the news on social media, donning a SU football uniform. Tootsie, known for his hits like Favorite Song, is set to join the Power 5 program, blurring the lines between music and sports. The unprecedented move has captivated fans nationwide and marks a major personal milestone for the artist. Stay updated with iNews for more on this unique crossover between music and athletics.
Okay.
Why? Is there going to be more of these?
I don't know. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat.
I guess so. I just... Hey, I'm done rapping now. I want to go play tight end for SU football. Let's do it.
Well, listen, sometimes you want to go back and get an education or just want to play football.
You
can't do both.
That's true. In the latest Kardashian episode, the Kim doctor goes over Kim's brain scan results with her, prompting Kim to ask about dark spots or holes on the scan in her frontal lobe area, which the doctor noted were of some concern and could affect Kim's ability to handle stress.
She just had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I showed all my holes on camera was when Ray J struggled to plug them all up like the little Dutch boy in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
Well, I never got that done and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but we once watched some of our favorite cop shows together.
Really?
Yeah, first we watched the one that follows the sexual adventures of multiple officers, including two characters both played by Chicago's finest, Dennis Clams and Hill Street Spoos. Then we watched another cop show that follows two detectives through the underground brothels of New York. One detective played once again by Dennis Clams, and the other one played by Jimmy Spitz in NYPD Spoo.
What else did you see?
And finally, we watched T.J. Hooker, which disappointingly turned out to just be a cop show about Captain Kirk. But it reminded me of the time that Adrian Zmed and I were out cruising in his Firebird, and we pulled into Fat Sal's for a couple of kelp shakes, when a crazed fan wearing a miniskirt ran and jumped onto the roof of the Firebird and then sat spread eagle on the glass T-top. It was just like looking at a sucker fish sucked to a glass of an aquarium. And that was the first time I met your mother. Oh, your mother. And that is your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
Cares about their success. All-Star Dairy Foods. Farm fresh in South Hadley, Mass.
Making personal.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, remember yesterday when I told you about former Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin and his firm commitment to fulfilling his obligations? Well, neither do I. In fact, now that Lane Kiffin is the head coach at LSU, I believe he's taught his players at Ole Miss a valuable lesson in life, and that is this. Just because you built up the hearts and dreams of your players, your fans, the entire student body, and the Ole Miss administration is no reason not to be incredibly selfish and abandon them at the worst possible time. As you may know, the college football season is still underway, and while Lane Kiffin took the Rebels to one of their best seasons in years, leading the SEC Conference and heading into the college football playoffs, he abandoned ship anyway, not just leaving the team cold, but also taking much of his staff along with him. Yesterday, the College Football Playoff Selection Committee submitted their early playoff rankings, placing the Rebels as the number 6 seed. And while the final results aren't due until Sunday, Lane Kiffin has graciously agreed to allow his offensive coordinator, Charlie Weiss Jr., to coach Ole Miss through the college football playoffs, at which point Charlie then can leave the team as planned and rejoin Lane Kiffin at LSU. Man, what a swell guy! Sure, he may have abandoned his team for a better job, and sure, he may have poached his staff and stranded his players just weeks before the most important postseason in the program's entire 132-year history. But at least he was kind enough to lend a hand in allowing Charlie Weiss's kid to hang out and tie up all the loose ends. Folks, this would be like being dumped by your high school girlfriend and then being told that she's allowing you to take her ugly younger sister to the prom instead. Gosh, dude, thanks. Listen, there's no question that Lane Kiffin is a hell of a coach, but he's also a terrible human being who has a long history of horrific commitment issues. In other words, I give this guy 3 years at LSU and he'll be doing this all over again, because that's the sort of fella that Lane Kiffin is. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, got a steel chainsaw? Have you met Mark in South Hadley? Well, you gotta. He's a steel-trained technician. In fact, there's one at every Rocky's Ace Hardware location for repairs and maintenance of your steel chainsaws, blowers, or what have you. At South Hadley, that guy is Mark. Good people, rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:15, and Brian Adams with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
As you're digging yourself out this morning, don't worry. It's going to be just cloudy today with a high of 34. Tomorrow, more of the same. Actually, not going to see any precipitation until next Wednesday. So that's good. 27 right now in downtown Springfield.
I believe Marty will be joining us later on today, talk about the change of time in the Thursday night comedy show.
Yeah.
I believe
it's now 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock,
which is so much better.
More convenient time for everyone, especially me.
Now, do you lose a full hour of sleep or do you gain a full hour of sleep? Well, how does that work?
You gain a full hour.
As you gain.
This is the daylight savings of comedy.
That makes a lot of sense.
We're moving an hour earlier. Do you have that snow broom thing?
I do.
You have it in your car?
I do.
Can I use it before we leave? Because I could not. Well, first of all, I know I broke the handle on mine last year, and I still had the foam part, but now I can't find the foam part. I looked everywhere for it. So if I could use that just to get that chunk of snow off the top of that, I tried to do it.
After the show, go upstairs and I'll take it out of my truck for you.
All right, show's over, right? Are we done now?
No, not quite yet.
Right. Well,
in fact, I have something from the Rock 102 mailbag.
What? Letters. Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mail today. Or reach right in. Oh, letters. Oh, we get letters. That's what I want you about today. Oh, boy. Mailman. Ding dong. Mail today. All right.
Now, this is in response to the video we posted the other day of the Mariah Carey video we did, All I Want for Christmas Is You, from 15 years ago. Anyway, a woman writes, love the lip syncing video, very entertaining and professional. At 62 and a half myself, I feel I have to say, please, for your beautiful wife and beautiful girls, take care of yourself. Maybe take some pointers from Nagle and consider losing a few pounds. I know it's very difficult, but people love you. We care about you.
Okay. You read this to me, and I'm like, first of all, this is that All I Want for Christmas Is You, and we walk through the hallways of the thing. That video was like 15 years ago.
Easily 15 years ago.
If not more.
Yes.
And we both, I was 80 pounds heavier in that video as well. You were a heavy guy.
I sure was.
And does this woman, but that's my point. She's saying take some pointers from Nagle,
right?
Whose meat is also in that video, 80 pounds heavier than I am right now.
Right, but she's seen more videos or pictures of you, the thin version of Steve Nagle, and has not seen a full body shot of me.
But that's what I mean. How have you not seen that over the years?
I honestly don't know. And I realize the suggestion is made with good intentions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try not to be horribly offended by the suggestion that I follow in your shoes. I'm very much aware that you may find this hard to believe, Steve. I have battled a weight problem for much of my life.
Really?
Yes. The doctor says I swallow. A lot of aggression, along with a lot of pizzas.
I just watched that the other day in the hotel that I was staying at, and I was like, "Oh man, I love John Candy."
But the truth is, I'm already aware of it. In fact, to be quite honest with you, I've lost 60 pounds in the last 2 years.
I was going to say you have been taking care of yourself and taking care of things. What is?
I'm honored, Your Honor.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I let me guess. This woman must be over the age of 60.
Well, she said she was 60 in her note. She said she was 62 and a half.
Oh, 62 and a half. That is correct. A very boomer thing to say to somebody.
Well, it's also, to be honest, none of your damn business.
Well, I mean, she's caring as a listener
I
of
understand
the show. Clearly not a watcher because she hasn't seen your progression in losing weight and getting healthier.
I wore a sweatshirt yesterday in the video I did about my Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you got to admit, it's a beautiful tree.
It is a pretty cool tree.
What I did not do was give you a full body shot. That is an extra large shirt, and I've been busting the seams of double X's for years. But like you say, I'm changing some things up, and I'm taking care of myself. And
listen, man, I'm the last person to say anything about anybody's weight. I've been dealing with it my entire life.
Even if I were built like a brick crap house, I would never say anything to anybody about their weight.
I have plenty of
my job to tell them something that I'm pretty sure they already know.
We have plenty of improprieties that we can criticize each other about all day long. Weight is the last thing.
Oh, yeah. No, believe me when I tell you, that is the least of the horrible things about Steve and I.
Yeah, right. You can say enough horrible things about me, and I can say enough horrible things about you, but just leave the fat stuff out of it.
Yeah, because, we're on it. We got it. We know. It's not a surprise.
This is what I'm talking about with people who have no, just butting themselves into something that they have no butt-in-ski about doing that. And then there was one guy, I put the photo up, the three of us the other day, the black and white picture of me laying on the desk and then you and John thing. And it was just kind of like a memorial thing. And then one guy goes, "How did you two fatties outlive that guy?" And it's like, what that's what you say on a memorial post? Like most people are like, "Rest in peace, my condolences.
I'm so sorry for your loss."
Right.
Those kind of nice things. Rather than, those two fatty boombalatties over there.
Exactly. Like those are things that you would normally hear from somebody who, that somebody passed away from you. You're going to hear those kinds of things. "I can't believe you two fatties outlasted cancer, boy."
Steve,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware of this,
Yeah.
but you're fat.
No, here's how I know that I'm not fat anymore.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. I still got plenty of pounds on me, but I'm a lot thinner than I used to be. And you look at old pictures of me, you can see that bloated face, especially in that video. That video
yeah.
was that was probably my heaviest I was at. But this is how I know, because the comments have now shifted from maybe you shouldn't spend so much time at the buffet, Nagle, to, man, your head is shaped like a giant cone. Because they've shifted now. They realize I can't make the fat joke because he's lost so much weight, but I can find some other impropriety about the man. And I'm very well aware of my cone-shaped head.
Sure. Right.
But that's the difference. That's how it shifts. Like somebody feels the need to point out something about you because they don't feel that good about themselves.
Listen, there was a time and a place where I was well over 3 bills. Well, guess what? I'm well under 3 bills now, and it's okay. It's a long process. I don't want to lose too quickly. Otherwise, it's I'm picking up flabby skin like I'm pulling laundry off the floor.
Plus, oh, that's a hard visual.
Is it really?
But that's but it's like you feel so comfortable to say that. And did you ever click on the pictures of these knuckle dragging Neanderthals? I'm like, who are you to say?
That is often the first thing I see.
Yeah, who are you to say anything? You freaking
well, I'm not judging
Quasimodo freak.
I'm not judging anybody, Steve, because that would be kind of the way I do.
I silently judge.
Just silently is good,
Yeah.
but I would never go on the air and publicly criticize someone who had good intentions. Oh, well, I guess I just did.
Another letter from a Lancer's
624 on Rock 102.
John Hazen here.
It's 626 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast of it, and something happened to my computer, and I can't.
He's now.
I can't. Oh, why is it?
Naming him.
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Now it's working.
Now it's working?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I don't know. Sorry about that.
Hey, Bourbon Barbecue and Blues is back, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements. Join us Saturday, January 31st at the Log Cabin in Holyoke from 6 to 9 for a hell of a night of great food, smooth drinks, and hot blues. Neil and the Vipers will be there. It's a great lineup of food, and also the booze is quite delicious, too. Tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. Bourbon Barbecue and Blues, January 31st at the Log Cabin, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements and Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
The other criticism I got yesterday was not about my looks, but about because I made a video of me drawing a penis in my driveway in the snow, as one would do in New England.
Sure.
And I was being criticized for not being veiny enough. How realistic do you need it to be to know what it is?
Well, it's a fair criticism from an artistic standpoint, but I thought it was very well done.
It's artwork.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
You knew what it was.
Pablo Picasso.
I had someone yesterday after my video say, "Man, your nostrils are enormous." I'm like, "Well, thank God someone's focusing on something important."
We're not focusing on the fatty part anymore.
Forget about the weight you've been carrying forever. Thank God we're focusing back on the nostrils.
What are we going to do with these people?
I don't know.
I know. We'll host an open line and have them all call in on a Friday.
Oh, perfect. Let's hear from them on Friday.
You want to laugh?
Sure.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? Funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's classic rock.
A cheesemaker in Jerusalem had a sick daughter and heard that there was a man going around performing miracles and healing sick people. Okay?
Yes.
The cheesemaker, the cheesemaker took his daughter to go see the healer. The healer says lays his hand on the girl and prays for the Lord to bless her and cure her sickness. And as he does this, the cheesemaker's daughter sprang up with a perk in her step and was cured. The cheesemaker couldn't believe it and was very grateful. He asked the man if there was any way he could repay the healer, and the healer said, "It is the Lord's work, and I shall need no payment." But the cheesemaker insisted and offered a whole round of cheese that he bought along for payment anyway. Yet the healer still persistently denied any payment. The cheesemaker was getting ever frustrated. was intent on giving the cheese to the healer. After another back and forth without the healer taking the cheesemaker asked for his name, and the healer replied, "My name is Jesus Christ." And the cheesemaker said to him with frustration, "Jesus, take the wheel." The wheel of cheese. It was.
What a friend we have in Jesus.
It was a Jesus joke.
I know
a very fun one.
Oh man, yeah, the wheel of cheese.
Yeah. Well, it's like the wheel of meat.
Yeah, but cheese.
But better.
Yeah.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
6:34 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Big Y, your family market. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A massive fire broke out at an apartment building at 733 High Street in Holyoke on Tuesday morning, leaving dozens of residents homeless. The fire started at 733 High Street between 8 and 9 a.m., quickly spreading from the second floor to the roof, which eventually collapsed. Fire departments from multiple cities, including Chicopee, Westfield, and Westover, responded to the scene to help battle the flames. The Holyoke Police Department states that the intersections at Sargent and High Street and Commercial Street and Maple Street were being blocked. Detours were in place. Whatever. They've rerouted the traffic. Captain David Rex, spokesperson for the Holyoke Police Department or Holyoke Fire Department, said that the fire was initially reported as an alarm call, but was quickly updated to a fire. We arrived on scene to fire blowing out 2 Franklin Street windows you see over there that are pretty dark. The fire alarms began sounding at 8:20 a.m. Firefighters were seen breaking windows on the top floor to help fight the flames. Despite their efforts, the roof collapsed as crews continued to control the fire. Captain Rex noted that while the fire departments were unable to control the fire within the building, they managed to prevent it from spreading to nearby structures. Upwards of 40 people are now without a home, but that number may increase as the surrounding buildings, 729 and 731 High Street, will be uninhabitable until they cleared for residents to return.
This is like the second fire in 2 days,
the
right?
second apartment fire in 2 days, and we smelled this one yesterday. I thought it was the one, like the hot spots from the first one firing up, and we didn't know that this was going on when we were down in Main Street in Springfield. Yesterday morning, you and I and Aaron up there went to the open pantry to do the check.
Yeah,
the big fat check that you can't fit into a bank deposit box.
No,
I don't know how that works.
You can't do that. But
we could smell that as we were walking out. Right, you could smell it.
Yeah, it was really. I mean,
Yeah.
it was pretty powerful.
Yeah. Kate's Kitchen announced they will be serving families who have been left without a home by the fire. Kate's Kitchen is open for lunch from 12 to 1 and dinner from 5 to 6 and is working with the Holyoke Emergency Response Team to be able to either host families or provide extended hours. They don't need physical items just yet. Because there's families that live in there, so, eventually they're going to need the sundries and the clothes and all this other stuff. Right now, monetary donations are the thing that they're looking for. So if you want to help, you can seek out the Holyoke Fire Department and find the resources there. I believe the Red Cross is probably your best bet as far as getting people back on their feet.
I mean, 2 in 2 days. That's let's slow down, huh? Let's knock this off.
We don't know the cause yet. Luckily, no one was injured in either of these blazes, which is pretty.
Yeah, but it's still a devastating loss, no matter how you.
No, I get that. I'm just saying, is it the time of year? Is it arson? Is it There's all different kinds of things that we're going to be finding out soon.
Yeah.
The 32nd annual Mayflower Marathon raised nearly $3,000 and collected thousands of pounds of food to support the open pantry.
$3,000?
$300,000.
Oh, you said 3,000.
Did I?
I thought we did a little better than that.
Well, I mean, I was getting the number. I thought it was 22 News. I was getting the numbers from 6 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, at that point, we only had $3,000.
To support the Open Pantry Community Service in Springfield, the event hosted by Rock 102's Bax and Nagle. Now, who are these two dudes?
I don't know. I've never heard of them, but I hear they're nice.
Saw dozens of volunteers come together and to sort the donations collected during the annual Mayflower Marathon last week. The food drive aims to help families facing food insecurity in Hampden County, which is currently at 54%. Mike Baxendale, employee of the Rock 102 Morning Show.
Gosh, yeah,
no, it says co-host of the Rock 102 Morning Show.
We should explain that. So, like, whenever you're on camera, they ask you, could you tell us, give us your first name, spell your last name, and tell us what you do. So you say, my name is Steve Nagle, Nagle.
Right.
I am a co-host of the Bax and Nagle show. They said to me, so what's and you? I said, okay, it's Bax and Dale, Baxendale, employee.
Right. And I said for Channel 40, because I was following your lead, I said part-time employee, which I kind of am in a way.
Yeah, but a little more than that.
Mike Baxendale, co-host of that show, expressed concern about the impact of the government shutdown on SNAP benefits, which could affect many people in Springfield. The Mayflower Marathon began 32 years ago, initiated by 2 employees at Rock 102, including John O'Brien, who recently passed away after battling cancer. The drive has grown significantly in its inception, now filling 6 tractor trailers or more each year. The Open Pantry Community Services started as a small organization with limited resources, but has expanded its reach thanks to donations from events like the Mayflower Marathon.
So yesterday when we were down there, and this is
it was spectacular.
It's unbelievable. I mean, so last week, before this all started, so Wednesday morning at 5 a.m., all they had were 3 bins of food. That's all they had left. When we went down there yesterday, now they've had, almost a full week to go through some of the stuff and sort it out. They say it's going to take over a month before they can finally sort out everything. There's so much food in their warehouse. It really is something to see. We posted pictures. It doesn't do it any justice at all until you see the enormity of the donation. It's really amazing.
It is. It's overwhelming in a way.
Oh, without a doubt.
To watch the whole thing get filled and the people going through the donations.
Yeah. Really, really remarkable. So thanks to everybody again.
The Chicopee Police Department is issuing citations to vehicles parking in the fire lane at the Walmart Plaza. I'm talking to you, Betty. On Tuesday, the police department announced on social media that there has been an increase in fire lane violations now that the holiday shopping season has ramped up. They've received several complaints and will now be actively patrolling the area and issuing citations. Those caught parking in the fire lane area will be issued a ticket for $50. Drivers are being asked to use the marked spots to park. The things with the lines in them.
Yeah.
Load or unload their vehicle and drop passengers off.
I know for a fact, having been to that Walmart several times in my lifetime, there is ample parking for everybody. You don't have to park in the fire lane.
But nobody wants to walk that entire parking lot. What's the difference between parking and waiting? Are they issuing citations for the people that are just waiting outside of the Walmart, or are these people just abandoning their vehicles in the fire lane and walking in? I'll be right back. I only got a few things to pick up here.
I don't know that for sure.
Because if you're in the car, just look for the cop, and then as he's starting walking away, you just drive away.
That's it.
That's it.
It's not a complicated process, but yet there are some people who believe, well, I can't just park where other people are. First of all, my car is beautiful, and I don't want it dinged by anybody.
I don't want to get especially in that parking lot. How many calls did they have? Remember that was the famous Walmart for having 3,000, which, by the way, I was corrected on that number. There was something like 3,000 calls to that Walmart alone. That is not true.
Really?
The 3,000 calls came because of every store in that entire complex.
Oh, well, that's different.
That's a way different story than the video. This is the problem with social media. And that was from like an Inside Edition or an Entertainment Tonight or something, one of those things. This Walmart had 3,000 calls. Yeah, it wasn't all for the Walmart. There are many other stores at the Home Depot. You got that plaza down there with the Marshalls in it and all that stuff.
There's the Spectrum store. There could be big problems there at times.
Well, I'm just saying, because that's the address that most people give when they call in a 911 call.
They write it down. Say, hey, I'm at the Walmart parking lot by whatever business is out there.
Right. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of problems with that Walmart. Do you remember the birds eating the meat in there?
I do.
There was seagulls that had gotten in there, and then they were pecking at the meat.
Which you're not. If you're going to peck at the meat, you got to have to buy it.
What goes through a bird's mind when they get stuck inside of a store like that?
I think it would depend on the store. Kind of like if I were locked up in a store.
I think.
If I were locked up in, say, like a Victoria's Secret, I'm going to be bored to tears after like 15 minutes of trying everything on. But then after that, I'd want to be in a different store.
Have you ever gotten angry at church?
Angry while I'm at church or angry at the church?
Angry while at church.
Rarely.
Yeah. A woman was arrested for allegedly assaulting her mother at a church in South Hadley. The South Hadley Police Department states that officers were called to a church around 4:09 p.m. on Thanksgiving for a fight in progress. When officers from South Hadley and Holyoke arrived, they found two women screaming at each other. Once the two women were separated, officers learned that they were mother and daughter. It's alleged that after a verbal argument, the daughter punched and spat on her mother as well as other bystanders.
Does that sound to you a little disrespectful to your mother?
It sounds like a normal Thanksgiving in most people's homes. You just don't do it in the church.
You just don't do it in the church. I mean, Thanksgiving is a feast of thanks.
Yeah.
We talk about what we are, what we are grateful for. That's why we celebrate the day.
The daughter, who is from Springfield, was arrested and charged with domestic assault and battery and 2 counts of simple assault and battery. On the same day, at around 9:49 p.m., officers were called to a home in South Hadley for a separate assault case. Police say that witnesses told them that a family argument became physical when an adult woman allegedly assaulted her mother. The daughter, who is from Marlboro, was arrested and charged with domestic assault and battery on felony charge of assault and battery on a person over 60 years old. Couple of things here. What the hell is going on with the mother-daughter fights going on in South Hadley, of all places?
Right.
And B, what were the arguments about? This is the thing that I really would like these reporters to find out. What was that argument?
I mean, I would assume this is a morning religious service, probably before the big meal.
No. This was 4:09 p.m.
4:09 p.m.
This was an afternoon thing. I don't know what church it was. I don't know what church holds 4 o'clock mass at different religions, different places,
okay.
Whatever.
Well, that's all right. So, so everyone's tired after the big meal, probably a little cranky, probably some things said. While past the stuffing. Oh yeah, you ruined my life. That kind of thing.
Right.
There's also the possibility that this may have been a house loaded with Detroit Lions fans who were sad that they got crushed by the Green Bay Packers. That would be enough for me.
That would explain the 9:49 p.m. fight after everybody's been drinking all day. But if you're in a church at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, what beef do you have with your mother that's so important that you need to spit on her and assault her?
In church.
In the Mass.
In the Lord's home.
That's
what I'd like to know.
Way to ruin the service, you little jerk.
Sometimes families with all good intentions are some of the worst people in the world.
Yeah. Hey, didn't anybody save me any Eucharist? Well, you're just going to have to wait for somebody to barf it up. Because we ate it all.
You're going back for a second body of Christ? Didn't you eat enough during lunch?
I was going for the Home Alone reference where Buzz was telling him that the cheese pizza was gone. You're going to have to wait for somebody to barf that up because we ate it all. And then the assault happens, and that's the end of it. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with a high of 34. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 36. It is 25 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
With Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
I just gave you the forecast, and I really just want to thank our company for being so attentive to the things that need to be repaired around here. Yesterday morning, you and I got a whiff of something. It was some kind of horrible, like moldy smell, like dampness or like wet dog or I don't know what the hell it was.
It smelled like a cross between like fupa,
a
dead animal,
and chickpea.
Yeah.
It was
but worse.
It was like a little hints of Chicopee. It wasn't
Yeah, parts of not the whole city.
Like the Falls area.
Yeah, right.
But we complained and they listened, because when I walked in here, it not only still smelled like that moldy smell, but also a bouquet of roses, which is being how would you say that? Spread out or produced by a Febreze plug-in that they so.
This is how. So we went up to our boss Alex yesterday, and I mentioned it to him like right away. It's like the first thing I did. I put my stuff down in my office, walked over to him, and said, "Listen here, fella," and I told him what the problem was, and he said, "Well, let me see what we can do." And within seconds, he gets up and he takes the same Febreze plug-in, pulls it out of the wall, and brings it down here himself and plugs it in. Now, that is a guy who is Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, that's management. That's top management material. That's exactly what you want around here.
That's a dude that gets stuff done, Steve.
Hey, we can just Band-Aid this until we finally move out of this crap hole.
You know, we've had bosses in the past, and I'm not going to name names, but I'm pretty sure they know who they are, where we have had similar complaints. Hey, there's a stink down in the basement. We think it's a dead animal. And the answer would be, well, what do you want me to do about it? There's also been answers where we say, I'm sorry, we don't have Febreze plugins in the budget for 2022. You know, like I'm talking about?
Well, it is their budget meeting this time of year, isn't it?
Yeah,
so they figure out what's going to be happening for the next year.
That actually already happened, but nevertheless, it's nice to see that when things are falling apart, and in this building, it's every single day.
Yeah.
When things are falling apart, we still have people that care.
So thank you, Rock 102 Management, for taking the time to mask the smell of dead animal and mold.
It's like
and,
we got a little bit of applause there.
And putting it in with, what is it, sea breeze or whatever the hell that is. Whatever. Does it smell like tropical flowers, or is it more...
It's
more like fresh linen, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's more like a fresh linen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, none of my linens smell this way, but for the sake of argument, let's say it's fresh linen.
Listen, I'm not talking about my linen, and I don't want to change your life. But there's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I'd really love to see you tonight.
Rock 102 is giving you 12 chances to win great prizes during the month of December with the 12 Days of Prizes brought to you by Surfside, Sunshine in a Can. Congratulations to yesterday's winner, Beverly Tomasini from Westfield. Scored herself a $200 cash card courtesy of Fink & Paris Insurance, with offices in East Hampton and Florence, insuring your way since 1985, and a Surfside prize pack. If you want to win, go to rock102.com and sign up. And every weekday through Tuesday, December 16th, we give away a $200 value gift from one of 12 area businesses. Business is such as North Elm Butcher Block, Fink & Paris Insurance, Automist Farms, Renew.com, Tribeca Gastro Bar and Grill, On Point Connections, and more. It's a 12 Days of Prizes from Surfside and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
You know, I'm going to start calling my town Gruntington because that's the sound the men make when they do something manly in that town. They start grunting. Yesterday, I pull up to the convenience store, or the inconvenience store, if you will, in town, and they have this thing set up outside there. I'm not a hunter. I haven't hunted in many, many years, but they have this. It's something here in Massachusetts where they weigh the deer. There's like a guy from the environmental department, and he's like weighing the deer and tagging, making sure you have the proper tags. I don't even know how the process works, but I know that that's where they bring all the dead deer that get murdered up in the forest.
To the convenience store.
Yeah, to the convenience store, because that's who doesn't want to see that when they walk into, a dead deer dripping blood out in front of a store while you're walking in grabbing your Mountain Dew and your and your
I'll take a couple quick pics, a $10 scratchy, and maybe some of that back strap that they got out in the parking lot.
So I pull up yesterday. There's the former police chief, the retired police chief now, and I'm like, why are you not in like a sunny Florida somewhere? Like, why would you stick around here? Because they were I don't think it was him. It was another guy who had a deer, and he's like, we got a deer, and he pulls down the tailgate of this really nice truck that he's got.
Yeah.
And there's this dead deer sitting in the back, and I'm like, you bastards. He had a family.
It's the holidays.
And just 22 days before Christmas.
You son of a bitch.
And then the guy starts taking a knife and starts like I'm like, I don't want to see this. But it is. I'm just going out on a limb here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that not only is this like some sort of I'm a man. I killed a deer in the woods with a gun. But I think there's also some like weird sexual kink going on.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, look at this dead carcass. Look at this thing. I'm gonna cut it right up.
Yeah. Maybe like one of those psychosexual things. Like a serial killer would have. Yeah. Oh, I'll create a real tableau while I dress this deer.
You send those unsolicited buck pics to your wife, going, "I'm gonna gut you like this boy like when I get home today, girl." What you doing?
We'll be rolling in dough, and that means two things.
I'm gonna give you 8 points too. All right.
It's 6:58 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Hey, I don't know how it is in other places, but in this country, folks are protected by the United States Constitution that assumes that anyone accused of a crime is innocent until proven guilty. Now, that may work for some people, but do the same sort of protections exist in such exotic international locations like Canada? Not being a naturalized Canadian citizen, I can't be so sure. All I can tell you is that if you commit a heinous crime of violence in this country, we give you the benefit of the doubt. And if you so happen to be a professional athlete, then we Americans are always willing to pretend like nothing ever happened. Last night, goalie Carter Hart made his first NHL appearance in nearly 2 years after being acquitted of a sexual assault that involved 4 other Canadian World Junior hockey players back in 2018. It happened last night in Las Vegas, where he was a starting goalie for the Golden Knights as they faced the Chicago Blackhawks and beat them in a 4-3 shootout. Carter, who made 27 saves, including 6 in overtime, was met with a round of thunderous applause from the crowd just before the opening faceoff. And of course, he was met with gales of enthusiastic applause after the game was over. Man, what a heartwarming story that is. Here's a guy who at one point everyone thought was a raging scumbag, a true lowlife, a knuckle-dragging parasite. Today, he's a national treasure, overcoming adversity and becoming the first of those 5 defendants who heroically returned to the game of hockey. Why, it's almost the feel-good story of the year, except for that part where Carter Hart and the 4 other guys were accused of committing a disgusting and despicable act of violence against a helpless victim. But if you can get past that part, especially in a court of law, is it any wonder that hockey fans would be so willing to put it aside and give the man a round of applause? Hard to say. I know I'm not entirely comfortable with the idea, but that's because I'm very judgmental and happen to have a slightly longer memory than the average hockey fan who doesn't. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You know that one house that's got no lights, no decoration, no joy, no Yuletide acknowledgement at all? Don't be that house. Go to Rocky's Holiday Shop for a string of lights for trees, wreaths that light up, all the joy to the world stuff with great sale prices going on right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:13. And Elton John with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy today with a high of 34. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 36. It's 25 right now in downtown Springfield. Marty Caproni supposedly joining us very soon.
Apparently he's on his way. Yeah. Forgot that it starts at 7 o'clock. But anyway, whatever. It's okay.
You're splitting hairs now. Don't worry about it. Hey, by the way, somebody on the Route 10 Tire listener line sent us a picture of what the outside of the Huntington inconvenience store looks like.
Yeah.
And right there in the middle next to the ice machine, that's the deer weigh-in station.
Right next to the ice machine.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're dripping deer blood all over the ice, although that would be an improvement. It's a good little store. It's convenient. I go down there. I buy some scratchies, maybe some Kinos, and hang out with. They have a lot of town meetings outside of that building.
Really?
Yeah. So for some reason, I don't know what it's like during the week down there because I'm not there. Like I'm here when it's going on. I don't see anybody sitting out there. But for the on Saturdays and Sundays, it seems like. It's like the group of mayors of Huntington all gather there and they
solving all the town's problems.
Drink their coffee and they talk about things and it's nice. It gives that nostalgia that people yearn for when they think of a small town.
It's funny you say that because now that I think about it, we had a store in Rehoboth that was kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
Very tiny little store. That was always a gathering spot for every hayseed and hick that lived in that town.
Yeah.
It's called the Handy Store.
I love.
And it was, what? It was very handy.
By the way, I love my town. I really do appreciate the people that are in it, and I like to point things out every once in a while because I notice when I walk in, I see the group of fellas sitting there on a Saturday morning.
Oh sure.
Chewing the fat.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of fat to be chewed in that town.
I understand.
They'll be taking it away from anybody. But, there's the Deer Weigh-In Station.
You live in a small town USA.
Any town USA.
There are going to be times when you're just a part of the fabric. Like the other day, my wife and I were hungry for a bagel.
Yeah.
So we went to Lou's. I went to Lou's Bagel Shop right there in Hamden.
Oh yeah,
you know where Lou's is?
Lou's, I know where Lou's is.
I go in there, haven't been there in a few months, and I walk in, and it's like everybody in the shop knew who I was.
Yeah, you're like you're a celebrity out there.
It's like when John Bon Jovi walks into Ramito's for the French toast. It was like that sort of thing. It's like, what?
Yeah,
like I live like a mile and a half from here. It's like, yeah.
I don't get that anymore. I get the there's the dope with the Kenny Rogers Roaster sign on his garage. That's
we can see the brightness of that lighting up the entire Huntington sky,
burning out my rods and cones. Actually, that was cool. I had to go.
I'm working on no sleep.
With the snow yesterday, did you do your own snow removal?
I did actually.
Yeah, and your snowblower works tip top shape.
I'll tell you something. That thing fired up like a champ.
Yeah,
I've snowblowed all that entire inch.
That's all you got out there?
I think after all was said and done, it was like 2 inches.
We got like 6-7 inches up there in the hills, and that's why school is delayed this morning. But in
fact, the only reason I took it out, the snowblower, because I'm not going to take it out in that kind of weather. I took out the snowblower was just to make sure it started.
Oh, I took it out a couple of weeks ago to make sure that was happening, just in case it needed something. I could easily get it to someone that needed to do that.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking so proactively.
But I got the snowblower fired up, and I went out around probably 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon and did the initial clearing. But it kept snowing until like 7 o'clock last night. So the last time I went out was around 6, and I finally did the edges and cleaned up the area. But man, that stuff was coming down pretty damn hard where I live.
Well, don't forget for me to give you the snow broom, because man, that's the greatest thing I have.
Oh yeah, I just need to use it real quick. I'm gonna buy another one. I couldn't find the edge of it, because you can use that with like a broomstick handle. You don't have to necessarily use it with the handle that it came with. I broke the handle on it last year because it's a cheap piece of metal.
See, mine is Mine is 30 years old, and it's still got the old wood handle.
See it? I'm on my like 5th one.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not aggressively smashing my my car to break up the ice. I mean, I clear it off gently.
Who was it that gave us those? It was a car dealership, wasn't it? Because they used those.
The last ones we got, yes.
Yeah.
The first one we got, I believe it was a listener, because those things had like just come out like 30 years ago. A car dealership, they use those things all the time to clear off the cars in their lot.
Yeah.
And they work great, especially if you got a truck or an SUV where the top of the car is kind of high.
And you don't want to scrape the paint by using something more abrasive. So this is a perfect styrofoam, really hard styrofoam that easily clears off the snow. The last one I got was from an ex-girlfriend, and it broke in half just as the relationship did. It was kind of bittersweet and significant.
It's ironic, but at least you walked away with something out of that relationship.
Well, yeah, I still have the other the good half of the broom left.
It's the only thing, the only good thing to come out of that relationship.
Well, you know, when you ask and somebody gives you something that you've wanted, you hang on to at least a piece of it. So now every time I see that broken...
Some people leave a relationship with, like, herpes or syphilis.
No.
You got an actual prize you can use.
I left with a broken snow broom.
And somebody walked away with a broken heart.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, you get all your friends and you're like, wow, you really made out. I did, in fact, get half of something.
Yeah,
and it was a snow broom.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, the snow removal yesterday, I did. So I was thinking of two different things that I could do, because that penis that I drew in the snow in my driveway yesterday was done with. But I wanted to make it short and sweet. I didn't want to have a long video
or a long penis in your driveway.
I actually drew that penis with that propane torch that I have.
Oh, you melted it out.
I melted. Here's the thing: you have to clear the snow first, and then it was already. That's why I'm saying that the snow was coming down pretty good yesterday. So even if after me clearing that portion of the driveway, it was covered within minutes, and that's why the penis drawing is also covered with like a light white substance, snow, I believe it's called.
Right.
But I took the torch and I torched it out in the driveway, which was very, very cool.
Most people would do it like with the end, like the butt end of a shovel, or like a shoe, or maybe a finger, or maybe the carrot from the snowman's nose.
Yeah.
Here you are with an incendiary device.
Yeah.
Doing it that way. I got to tell you, from an artistic standpoint,
it was a pretty good penis.
I have to respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that completely.
And
you could have used like a can of spray paint. You could have done that. If you got like red spray paint or like a nice pink one.
I don't want it staining the driveway.
It's not going to stain the driveway. It's all going to wash away.
You think so?
Yeah.
No. You food coloring. That's what you use.
Food coloring. You have any idea how expensive that? How much food coloring you need to make a big giant penis in your driveway?
You know what? This is what an idiot.
A full gallon.
A full gallon.
Don't ask me how I know. This is my business.
This is how dumb I am. When I moved up to that area 20 years ago, right?
Yes.
My wife would take me by this like cliff. It's you pass it on Route 20. It's like a big retaining wall that they've put up there, and all the icicles come down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow. That's like look at all the rainbow colors in those icicles. I'm like, that just naturally forms like that? And she's like, no, you idiot. People take food coloring and put it in balloons and then throw the balloons up as high as it can, and then it comes down. I thought it was like, nature's way of saying, oh, look at these rainbow colors on these icicles.
No such luck.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's breathtaking.
It ruined it for me because it was very magical to me that I believed that naturally those rainbow colors would come out of an icicle.
Yeah, I can understand how you feel much like it might have been deceived in some way.
Well, when you don't see it being done.
Yeah, right.
And all you're seeing is the aftermath, and you're like, wow. This God fella, he's something else.
I mean, yeah.
Making those rainbow colors on those icicles, and only in this spot.
Yeah, it's like a natural phenomenon you would never see anywhere else in the world, because who has the time to put food coloring in a balloon?
You know what? I think I might get some food coloring today, and maybe make some shapes in the snow.
Yeah. Like a very special kind of snow angel.
Well, last year I took the snowblower out and we made a snowman, and then I put food coloring in it and then ran it over with the snowblower to make it look like the snowman was dying in the snowblower. Oh, man, you want to traumatize a kid. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, if you could fake like a reindeer carcass at the bottom of a snowblower, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
It's 7:23 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's 7:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Why, look who is in the studio with us right now.
Oh, hey, guys.
It's comedian Marty Caproni.
Well, here's a horse of a different color. It's Marty Caproni.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I was running a little behind.
I don't think those work.
Yeah, they don't work.
Got another pair for you somewhere.
That's all right. Thanks. I was running a little behind. It's after snow day is always a tough one.
Yeah.
I had to. We got a whole thing we got to do. You know, my wife's got to put booties on the dog so his paws don't freeze.
You put booties on your dog?
Yeah, my rescue dog that lived on the street until he was 6 weeks
booties.
old by himself needs booties now so his feet don't get
I've
cold.
been eating trash
Yeah,
over
literally.
here. You think I can't handle a few inches of snow on my paws?
Literally.
Let me tell you something. Back in my day, we used to eat our own puke, and we liked it. We drank out of public toilets.
Yeah.
I don't know when it happened, but now my dog's bougie. He won't poop if he hears something. So when the snow plow goes by, he's like, no, I think I'm gonna wait. I think it's gonna be a 10-minute more walk now.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a spoiled pooch.
Yeah. So there was that, and then I had a little car. I think I need a water pump for my car, so that's gonna be my next thing. So I had to get a ride here like I'm a little child.
Where's your like Paddington Bear? Where's your little backpack? And
Hold my little.
You know what? My late wife used to call me that when I had my DUI like 20 years ago. She's like, "Oh, Paddington Bear going off to work again." And she'd drive from Huntington all the way to Rock 102.
Would she dress you for the right for the right weather?
I mean,
a little raincoat on for
I can't
you?
put my arms down. Here's the thing: for a little while, she had to drive me at 4 o'clock in the morning all the way here. Until I got my Cinderella license that they issued to me, which, by the way, is just a giant money grab from the state. Nobody cares about rehabilitating anybody. It's just how much money can we take out of somebody? $500. But yeah, she used to call me Paddington Bear because I used to stand on the corner and wait for her to come pick me up with my little backpack and my little yellow hat and the blue coat.
That's nice.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Good memories.
Yeah, good times. It's always good times. I remember that time I put you through that turmoil? Where you had to drive me every day to work?
Remember those days where it made your life a living hell?
Yeah.
Oh, I miss those days.
Well, at least I never got to the point where I had to breathe into the thing before you get, start the car. You ever see those guys? That have to do that?
With the
Sure, the interlock.
ignition things.
That was probably the best PSA I ever saw, was like a guy picking up his kids at school, and the kids are like, "Come on, Dad, let's go." And he's like, "Hang on."
Yeah.
Or he's picking up a date, and they're like, "Oh, where are we going for dinner tonight?" "Oh, how about Italian?" "Okay, hang on."
I knew a guy who worked with a friend of mine in construction.
Yeah.
And he had like 4 DUIs or whatever. It was some crazy number. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how do you even get him after that? Because they got the blow thing on the thing. He goes, well, he just goes to people like on the job site, hey, can you blow into the thing so I can start my car?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's kind of like illegal, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say that's.
But you did it anyway because you needed a ride.
No, not me,
Oh.
but geez, God, no. I mean, but to me, I'm like, and then if you blow into the thing for the guy, aren't you like an accessory to the fact?
Well, I mean, why don't you just have that person drive then? Or because you can't? Or because it has to be? I don't know how that works.
The guy, apparently the guy just got around, you know?
Oh, man, we always have the best conversations.
But long story short,
I'm sure someone's got the full scoop and can share it on the Route 10 Tire listener line.
And, by the way, before we go into the break, Daylight Savings Comedy Show 1 hour earlier. We get an extra hour of sleep and comedy.
Yeah, so all these people keep coming up to us, Bax, and they're like, well, you started, I think, the first time you were saying it's too early. Remember when you came out to the matinee show?
Yeah.
You're like, so all these people are like, it's too late. Thursday Night Football. So now there's no excuse. We moved it all up an hour early. We're going to try to get people out of there by 8:15, 8:30.
I think it's a great idea.
Which is great because when the clocks change like they do right now, 8 o'clock already feels like 10 o'clock. You know?
Yep. So 7 p.m. Start time. Doors open at 6 tomorrow at the shortstop.
Yep. Awesome. We got news coming up next on Rock 102.
Here's your Western Mass.
With Bax and Nagle on Rock 102, it's time for news brought to you by 413 Pro Tint for tinting in your vehicle, home, or business. Call 413 Pro Tint in Springfield today. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Another day, another fire in Holyoke. Holyoke crews have put out another apartment building fire A massive fire that broke out on 733 High Street yesterday morning, leaving dozens of residents homeless. It started at 733 High Street between 8 and 9 a.m., quickly spreading to the second floor, from the second floor to the roof, which eventually collapsed. Fire departments from multiple cities, including Chicopee, Westfield, and Westover, responded to the scene to help battle the flames. We smelled this yesterday morning when we were down on Main Street in Springfield, and I thought it was the fire from the day before that was still probably having hot spots, because that was a massive blaze also in Holyoke.
This was yesterday's fire.
Yes.
And it was a doozy. It was a doozy, and it was a strong smell.
Still devastating, but the good thing is nobody was hurt in either of these fires, which is kind of amazing that when you have so many people in both buildings, but I guess happening at between 8 and 9 a.m. and then the other one happening, I think it was like 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
If these happened overnight, you might have had something that would have went a different way. So luckily everybody made it out okay. The Chicopee Police is issuing citations to vehicles parking in the fire lane at the Walmart Plaza. On Tuesday, the police department announced on social media that there has been an increase in fire lane violations now that the holiday shopping season has ramped up. They have received several complaints and will now be actively patrolling the area and issuing citations. Those caught parking in the fire lane will be issued a ticket for $50.
Man, they are throwing the book at these people.
Drivers are being asked to use the marked spots to park, load or unload their vehicle, and drop passengers off. That's not convenient. It's more convenient to do it in the fire lane.
You know what's insane about that is something that you would think nobody should ever have to announce to anybody who gets a driver's license.
Especially in that parking lot where I'm assuming you've been there.
Oh, have I? Yes.
There's ample parking. There's plenty of places for you to park your car. The fire lane should not be the last resort.
Right. It is also chaos over there, though.
Yeah, it's a little chaotic driving in there
at this time of season because the people that are shopping there do need that news article because they together combined not exactly killing it in the brain cells department.
The thing that gets me is when you drive into that lot that no one who is walking pays any attention to vehicles.
No.
And I know, get it, the pedestrians have the right of way, but common sense, and I'm saying common sense for people of Chicopee, but common sense would say, hey, let me just wait a second while this car drives by, and then I can walk to the door of the Walmart.
Yeah, I'll tell you something else, too. Here's a little breaking news. I don't think a lot of people that shop at the Chicopee Walmart are from Chicopee.
Get out of here.
Yeah. No.
Where are they from?
I think they're from next door. I think a lot of them are from Holyoke.
Well, it's like the strip club over there on New Ludlow Road. What's it? Anthony's?
Anthony's Gentleman's Fine Italian Eatery.
Do you think most of the customers are from South Hadley? I doubt it.
I would guess not.
Yeah.
I would guess if they still have customers, they're probably kids from UMass.
To the best of my knowledge, they're like the last one standing.
Yeah.
That is a business that has gone the way of the dinosaur. The good old-fashioned, great old American strip club. Where are they today?
We're going to go in now. They have a Victrola. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Guy comes on, tap dances. Hey, how you doing, kids?
What's
fancy
going
this.
on?
You got a shiny nickel? I'll take you in the back. Would
you like to buy the lady a drink?
It's cost you a whole stroppany.
I'll do a lap dance for you for $1 bill.
A woman was arrested for allegedly assaulting her mother at a church in South Hadley. The South Hadley police states that officers were called to a church around 4:09 p.m. on Thanksgiving for a fight in progress. When officers from South Hadley and Holyoke arrived, they found two women screaming at each other. Ooh, cat fight. Woof.
Ow. Meow. Was it the Church of St. Anthony's?
Yeah,
baby.
That's right. Yeah. Once the two women were separated, officers learned that they were mother and daughter. It is alleged that after a verbal argument, the daughter punched and spat on her mother as well as other bystanders. The daughter, who is from Springfield, well, there's your first problem, was arrested and charged with domestic assault and battery and 2 counts of simple assault and battery. On the same day at around 9:49 p.m., officers were also called to a home in South Hadley for a separate assault case. Police say that witnesses told them that a family argument became physical when an adult woman allegedly assaulted her mother. The daughter, who is from Marlboro, well, there's your problem, was arrested and charged with domestic assault and battery and a felony charge of assault and battery on a person over 60 years old. Well, there's something in the air in South Hadley.
There's a great punchline in there, something about both having a relationship with Christ. But I don't know what it is.
Mine's complicated, but my mom is dating Jesus, all the way.
Most family arguments stay in the home on Thanksgiving. They don't normally spill out into church.
You're starting early.
Maybe it spills out into the street. Maybe other neighbors are involved. But in church, that's the Lord's house, for crying out loud. And you would think that maybe that's not the best place to start dusting up and puffing.
Yeah, usually
your chest out.
Usually most people make it up to like dinner. It's like, can you pass the cranberry sauce? Oh, I'll pass the cranberry. Maybe when Trump wasn't president, we had, Then it starts, you know what I mean? Then it starts
the argument.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it makes it to pie.
Yeah,
you
right.
know what I mean? But this family, right off the bat at church, for crying out loud, that's really...
Jesus was made in the likeness of humans, right? Or the rest of the of man or whatever. You don't think Jesus in the early years and when he was like late teens, early 20s, didn't come home and start a fight with Mary and Joseph?
I don't think he did at all. I think he's probably too busy doing miracles on his report card. Jesus, can you shovel the driveway? Sure.
Who's going to fight?
Pow, it's gone.
Yeah, who's going to fight? He can turn water to wine. That guy's the best at parties.
You're never going to win a fight with that guy.
And he can also turn wine into urine. That's what his big miracle was.
No, that's the miracle.
Watch me.
I can do that.
Watch me do this.
No, you guys, seriously.
Yeah. Watch this. I can turn this water into wine, and then I can turn this wine into urine.
That whole part of the church where they say, like, peace be with you, or you shake the hand of the guy behind you, peace be with you. Oh, yeah? Well, F you.
Yeah.
Rather than shaking your hand, you're throwing fists.
That's so crazy.
You don't think Jesus ever called his mother out after having a few glasses of wine going, oh, yeah, you had no sex, but that's how I was born. Whatever.
I don't know if Jesus was that disrespectful to anybody.
Yeah, but if he was made in the likeness of man, then of course he was sinning just like the rest of us. You don't think that he went up?
You think Joseph told Jesus to go stand in the corner? You're not going to get any dinner until your homework is done?
No, Joseph said, no son of mine is going to act like... I'm not your son. He's going to act like that at Thanksgiving dinner.
You're not my real dad.
Yeah, you're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to do.
I'm never going to call your dad, even if there's a fire.
Yeah.
Well, even if there's a burning bush.
What time is your He's picking me up at the McDonald's at 5:30 on a Friday to take me for the weekend.
When you really think about it, Joseph was a good guy. He was a good stepdad.
Yeah, he was.
Did they have that
carpenter?
Did Jesus go visit Dad on a Friday?
Weekend.
Yeah. I don't call him Dad. He just takes care of things around here.
Now I got to go to church.
Yeah.
Let's not get into any fights while we're there.
Animal control officers in Virginia responded to an unusual call this weekend after a raccoon broke into a liquor store, ransacked several shelves, and passed out in the bathroom, much like Jesus did at his Thanksgiving dinner.
I would like to call that raccoon, as the kids say, my spirit animal.
Yes. On Saturday, officers with the...
BJ Cowie can't be everywhere at once.
On Saturday, officers with the Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter were called to the Ashland ABC store and found that the raccoon was unconscious in the store's restroom. He had damaged merchandise on multiple shelves and got into the liquor before passing out in the restroom. The officer safely secured the very intoxicated raccoon and took it to an animal shelter to recover. After several hours of rest, the raccoon showed no signs of being hurt other than maybe a hangover and poor life choices, the shelter said. It was released back into the wild.
I wonder if they made him do a field sobriety test first. Walk the line.
Can you walk this line?
That's not a straight line. These are straight lines. Look at my tail.
Now, does that raccoon have to do 90 meetings in 90 days?
Yeah, you might.
Well, he's got 17 classes in order to get his license back. And his wife calls him Paddington Bear as she picks him up every day. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Rocky, and I'm an alcoholic.
Here, blow into this. I want to know what kind of liquor he was drinking, though.
Raccoon?
Yeah, it just shows like several broken bottles. I see like a yellowtail wine. I see maybe a bottle of bourbon on the floor.
Oh, he's mixing? That's crazy.
Well, I mean, the bottles are broken all over the floor. Like he did ransack the place.
I was thinking like a schnapps or something, for the holidays.
Well,
sweet.
I see some like a limoncello looking
there you
thing.
go.
So
He's
maybe
that's nice. That's a nice aperitif.
Lapping it up. And
It's funny. They only show you that, but if they could have showed you pictures from 2 hours before, the raccoon just sitting there with a martini glass and a cigarette, and he's like, so I'm telling the possum, right? I'm like, listen, hey, turn the music up. This is great. It's one of my favorite songs.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast is going to be cloudy today with a high of 34. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 36. It's 25 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Yeah. Today with a high of 34. It's 25 right now in downtown Springfield.
This week on Baxy's Musical Podcast, my guest is singer Janet Devlin. She is originally from Ireland, former contestant on The X Factor. She's got a brand new record out called Not My First Emotional Rodeo. She's also put together a great documentary called Young, Female, and Addicted. It's an amazing story about addiction problems, mental health. Definitely check out that interview. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, and on the app. All brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rabbit Chicopee and Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Marty Caproni with the $20 dinner and a comedy show.
Yeah, hour early.
1 hour earlier. It now starts at 7 p.m.
I asked Steve earlier. I didn't know the answer to this. Is that like, do you lose an hour of sleep? Do you gain an hour of sleep? How does that even work? I don't even know.
You gain peace of mind for an extra hour.
Well,
and I think the comedy would be better an hour earlier. The quality of the comedy.
Here's a weird thing that doing the clubs over the last few months and getting back on the road a little bit. Like I've noticed a trend, and I was talking to a couple of the managers, and they're like, "Yeah, we're moving all our early shows to early. Like my Saturday show, this past weekend, the Saturday show early was 6:30.
Yeah,
wow."
Yeah,
and it's over by 8, right? Pretty much. Because they have to make room for the next group of people to come in for the late
at 9. Yeah, they had to turn the room over.
I mean, as I said months ago, the idea I don't go to shows is because I can't stay up that late. I got my beauty rest to consider, and I know I'm not alone. There's a lot of people that wake up earlier, these days than ever before. So I think this is a great idea for you guys.
We're also doing one of those matinee shows on the 20th.
The matinee.
Matinee.
I believe it's pronounced matinee.
No, it's those things that are in Florida that they're seaway.
No, that's a manatee show.
You know who else is a man, Marty? I'm a manatee.
I'm a man myself.
I do look like a manatee. I saw myself in the hotel mirror. This has got to stop.
Well, we were talking about people criticizing us online earlier this morning.
Oh,
yeah. I got a message.
What a fun topic.
Yeah. Should I reread it just for craps and gigs?
Mind you, this video was filmed with John O'Brien like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Or even more than that.
This is a response to the video we posted.
Oh, it's the Christmas one where you guys dance around.
Yeah. All I want is Christmas is you. And this woman said, love the lip syncing video. Very entertaining and professional. At 62 and a half years old myself, I feel I have to say please for your beautiful wife and beautiful girls. Take care of yourself. Maybe take some pointers from Nagle and consider losing a few pounds. Yeah. I know it's difficult, but people love you and we care about you. And I thought, well, I'll be damned. Had it not been for this woman's pointing that out, I would never have known that I have a slight weight problem.
Thank God she did something, Bax.
I know, because it was all a big surprise to me.
But I pointed out that this video, being as old as it is,
right,
we were both much heavier. I was 72 pounds heavier in that video than I am today.
Yeah.
And she's take pointers from that other fat guy in the video.
Yeah, right.
Because he seems to be a little less and chewy on the beef jerky and the ding-dongs.
And we pointed out that I have, in fact, lost a decent amount of weight over the last 2 years. She just has not seen me in the last 2 years.
Right.
And I got to tell you, I am built like a brick crap house.
You know, this is the other thing, too. You're a relatively healthy guy.
Yeah. All things considered.
You know what I mean? You're but people see something on the internet. Clearly, she's a doctor and qualified to diagnose your health.
She's a nutritionist.
Yeah.
Well, when I need any medical information, I always turn to the people of social media.
Oh, yeah.
Here are my symptoms. What do you think this might be? Rickets? Scurvy?
62 and a half. What are the odds that her husband exited life early already?
That could very well be.
Who knows? That's not for me to judge. I'm not judging.
And if he hasn't, that he's praying to is really the bigger question.
So, anyhow.
Sorry, that might be mean. That was mean.
It's okay, Marty. That's why we have you here.
But it's mean to comment,
It's just, I mean, I know that her comment was said out of the best intentions, but nevertheless, it's none of her business.
I don't think they realize they're being mean. I think they're genuinely people are like, oh, you know what? I was told all my life, you got to stay healthy, stay in shape. Yeah. And it's like they're passing along the, like she's still focused on that Nancy Reagan physical fitness thing from back in the 80s. And they showed us all that. It was like that was a huge time for her, and she loved Nancy Reagan. She loved all the dresses Nancy Reagan wore and the pearl necklaces and all that other stuff. And she knew that Nancy Reagan was a fit woman. And she took every word to heart. She still got
cancer and almost died.
Well, hey, listen, I'm into fitness too.
Fitness taco in my mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's 7:58 at Rock 102.
Rock.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, remember yesterday when I told you about how our former Ole Miss head football coach, Lane Kiffin, and his firm commitment to fulfilling his obligations happened the other day? Well, neither do I. In fact, now that Lane Kiffin is a head football coach at LSU, I believe he's taught his players at Ole Miss a very valuable lesson in life, and that is this. Just because you build up the hearts and dreams of your players, your fans, your entire student body, and the Ole Miss administration is no reason not to be incredibly selfish and abandon them all at the worst possible time. As you may know, the college football season is still underway, and while Lane Kiffin took the Rebels to one of their best seasons in years, leading the SEC Conference and heading into the college football playoffs, he abandoned ship anyway. Not just leaving the team cold, but also taking much of his staff along with him. Yesterday, the College Football Playoff Selection Committee submitted their early playoff rankings, placing the Rebels as the number 6 seed. And while the final results aren't due until Sunday, Lane Kiffin has graciously agreed to allow his offensive coordinator, Charlie Weiss Jr., to coach Ole Miss through the college football playoffs, at which point Charlie can then leave the team as planned and rejoin Lane Kiffin at LSU. Man, what a swell guy he is. Sure, he may have abandoned his team for a better job, and sure, he may have poached his staff and stranded his players just weeks before the most important postseason in the program's entire 132-year history, but at least he was kind enough to lend a hand in allowing Charlie Weiss's kid to hang out and tie up all the loose ends. Folks, this would be like being dumped by your high school girlfriend and then being told that she's allowing you to take her ugly younger sister to the prom instead. Gosh, dude, thanks. Listen, there's no question that Lane Kiffin is a hell of a coach, but he's also a terrible human being with a long history of horrific commitment issues. In other words, I give this guy 3 years at LSU, and he'll be doing this all over again, because that's the sort of fella he is. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, you got a steel chainsaw? You need to meet Mark in South Hadley. There's a steel trained technician at every Rocky's for repairs and maintenance of your steel chainsaws, your steel blowers, or whatever. At the South Hadley Rockies, that guy is Mark. Good people, rock solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock
Down the only road I've ever known.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 812 and Whitesnake with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
You know what, Bags? I don't need that snow broom. I need Marty to go rub along the car like Tawny Katane in that video.
Yeah, could you do that, Marty?
I don't know about your hood after,
Make
but
snow
you
angels.
can try.
It's the roof of the van that I need to get the snow off.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It'll collapse in like someone fell from a 30-story building when I get on top of it.
Cloudy today with a high of 34. It's 25 in downtown Springfield.
Kind of like throwing an anvil off a bridge.
Yeah.
$20 dinner and a comedy show, now an hour earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, doors will open at 6. Dinner will come out like 7:15 or whatever.
The thing is, most people are in there by 6 anyway.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what we
people
realized, right?
People were showing up at between 6 and 6:07, and they were showing up there. And I'm like, why don't we just do this an hour earlier? This makes a whole lot more sense. So that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
No reason not to go now.
Nope. And we're doing a matinee show on the 20th.
Yeah, that's at 5 o'clock.
On a Saturday.
Can't beat that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Great hanging out with you last week. That was a lot of fun.
Dude, thank you guys for letting me be a small part of it. It was awesome to run the full gauntlet with you. You know, I used to just pop in for an hour here, an hour there, and being part of the whole 52-hour extravaganza. I still don't feel right.
No,
I was
you
saying
don't.
that to you. Like,
I've had a bunch of people say, "Oh, you all rested up." I haven't had a full night's. Last night was my first full night's sleep.
Yeah.
Since the end of it.
Yeah, I don't think
I
have
slept
either.
all the way through.
I think every night's been like 4 hours, and then I wake up because I'm like, on
the air. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't feel that way. I just be like, I gotta wake up, and how much more sleep can I get?
Right, there's that too.
Before I get up. Yeah, that really takes a toll on your body, being up like that. And I really could have used that Israeli girl at the Holyoke Mall with the eye tightening cream the other day, the one that was $400.
Yeah,
at the mall.
Eye tightening cream.
Yeah, I told this story a couple of weeks ago about this. I was walking to the mall with my daughter and this Israeli girl.
Yeah.
She was very good looking, by the way. Tried to get me to buy $400 worth of eye tightening cream.
You know what it was?
What?
Preparation age.
Well, that's exactly the point of the story. Was you can go spend $8 on a tube of Preparation Age versus $400
Same
on
thing.
makeup that was worth $1,200 supposedly.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't a product I was going to purchase.
No.
But either way, a successful event nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bax and I went down there yesterday to the open pantry to see the fruits of the labor of the people at the open pantry separate and all that stuff.
I saw the video of all the stuff there.
Yeah.
And that's when it really hits you, like how important the whole thing is.
And I'll tell you what, you don't really get a sense of what's there,
right?
Unless you're actually there to see it. I mean, it's been a long time since admittedly, it's been way too long since I've been to the open pantry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been years and years. But then to see it all together, it's like, oh my God, where did this all come from? And it all came from the Mayflower Marathon. It was really, really quite something to see.
So Steve and I were outside on the break, and we were talking like, what's the next thing we can do that's nice for people? And we're kind of toying around with the idea of doing like a toy thing.
Yeah,
like
a toy drive. A toy drive would be great for the Thursday night dinner and a comedy show.
So I think we're going to work something out with that. I know the folks from, I think it was Agawam PD, had talked to our boy Roman from Affordable Drywall, and they had talked to him about they do like a Phil the Cruiser thing or something.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to reach out to them and see if maybe we can get some of these folks, if they want to bring a toy in. we'll give them some extra raffle tickets. Maybe we'll do extra special prize or something like that.
But we will not give the toys away as a raffle prize.
No, absolutely not.
Or I could just start a website and tell people it's $10 off, but then charge an $8 fee for the ticket when they go buy the ticket. So that way you're only losing $2 per ticket.
Yeah, I think we should just stick with
You
the,
sure? I'm
the
just
ticket.
$20 dinner. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just trying a way to make this more profitable for myself.
Well, that would be shameless.
I mean, yeah, the kids, I'm sure.
It's all about the kids, and you're in your bank.
Yeah, my bank.
And your bank account.
Hey, and just back to the question about the kids thing too. My buddy Don Carberry, the one who's a Shriner, he posted about the Holyoke fire on his Facebook. I saw, and he was driving there yesterday to respond to people, and he was asking for like kids' clothes and stuff like that. So,
well, this is the time of year, especially when you have things like this happen. There's 2 fires now within a day of each other at 2 separate apartment buildings. People are going to be in need of things, and maybe we can help out somewhere that way.
Yeah, because I mean, you got no time's a good time to lose your home in a fire. Whether it's an apartment, a home, a condo, whatever it is. This is the worst time of year for that to happen, especially if you got kids too. Yeah,
it's cold outside. You need shelter. You need items. You need clothes, sundries. What kind of sundries?
I don't know.
Toilet paper.
I don't really know what a sundry is.
You don't know what a sundry is?
I know what a sundress.
I don't. What's the difference between like a sundry and a notion?
Notion?
Yeah, like we had souvenirs, notions. I don't even know what that is.
Notion isn't a notion like a thought, like you have like a
but if I go to
inclination?
But if you go to like a roadside rest stop and they say it's convenience stores, cigarettes, magazines, notions, I don't know what that is.
Toiletries, insect repellent, garbage bags, and other essential household items. I don't know if they necessarily need insect repellent this time of year in Holyoke. But the other things, the toiletries,
use those.
Toothbrush, toothpaste, things like that.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to hook people up with that, I think that that my buddy Don Carber, I'll link him up with Don.
Nice.
We'll try to do something nice.
Yeah.
What else is going on? You missed the memorial for John O'Brien.
I know.
Sunday.
So we had the shows in Syracuse this weekend at the Funny Bone. I was up there with Jesse May. Steve came on Friday. Did a great job, by the way. They love you. They want to have you back.
How about that?
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went out of their way to ask.
Fake it till you make it. Right?
Yep.
There you go.
And then the DJ that was there from the...
I got to reach out to that guy.
Yeah, you got to reach out to him. He came up to me and he was like, "Hey, how's it going?" His name's Marty. He's like, "Hey, it's Marty. I was just wondering if your buddy Steve is." He goes, "I'm the radio guy." I'm like, I'm not shocked you're the radio guy. So we were doing that.
I'm going to give him Dave Coombs' number.
But
if he's from Syracuse, I'm sure he's already quite aware to lose that number.
Yeah.
So, no, but he gave me his number to give to you. Great time Friday. Saturday, I got food poisoning in the worst way. Do you remember a place? I don't know if I should say. I don't want to compromise a business that's here in Western Mass. But there was a place that sells calzones up at UMass that when I used to go visit my friends, we would always order them. They were great. So I get back to my hotel Saturday. It's snowing like crazy up there. I go, hey, I'm gonna Uber Eats a calzone because they have this same store here, and I've never seen that they have 2 locations.
Okay.
So I order my calzone. Well, my Uber Eats driver, Mohammed, takes 2.5 hours to bring me my calzone. And I'm watching his car. And
by this time, you got to be starving.
Mohammed picks up my calzone, so I'm like 14 minutes away. Let's roll, Then Mohammed picks up a second stop, and then it says, now the calzone's on the way. Then Mohammed just stops at a random house for 45 minutes. And it's almost 2.5 hours later, my calzone shows up. And the only way it looks like someone played soccer with it in the box. It's just a mess. And I had one of those moments where I was like, listen, you're not a raccoon. You're not a drunk raccoon that broke into a liquor store. You're not going to eat this calzone.
But the fat guy in you said, yes, I'm going to eat this calzone. Because I've been there before, my
guy. The fat guy in me that knew it was a snowstorm and there was nothing else I could eat was like, what's the worst that could happen? Well, turns out food poisoning.
That is about the worst thing that can happen.
I told you, I saw a video years ago of this guy who was in San Francisco, and he was on an Uber Eats thing, but he was on a bicycle, like a DoorDash guy. And this guy is videoing him from inside of a business, and the guy is out on the street, the bicycle driver, and he's going through all the food, and he's taking some out to make himself a dish.
See, that makes sense.
I don't trust people who are not, because those people aren't going through food safety service. All they're doing is delivering food that's packaged for you already.
Yeah, and I swore off using Uber Eats after. Did I tell you the story about my back this summer?
Oh, yeah.
I hurt my back, so I needed Advil. There was no way I could even get to my car. It was enough to me make it out to the front steps and sit there and wait for someone to bring something to me. So I ordered a leave because that always helps with my back. And then I ordered ginger ale, and then I ordered a roll of toilet paper because I figured I got to at least put some stuff together so the guy is not doing one little thing. And it said it showed the little car driving to me and everything. I waited outside for an hour. It was a guy on a bicycle. It was not the lady that it was Uber Eats. It's a guy on a bicycle. He comes up, hands me a bag that says CVS on it. I open it. It's just a roll of toilet paper. None of the medicine I need. He had no 2-liter. I go, hey, buddy. As he's getting on his bike to ding, ding right away. I go, hey, buddy. I go, I don't need the toilet paper. I needed the other stuff. He goes, I don't speak no English. I go, what? He goes, I speak no English.
See, I was picturing it as more like telegram from Martin Caproni.
Yeah.
Hello,
delivery. My baby. Hello, man. So your back is feeling bad. Singing. I would have rather than singing telegram. It would have been more useful to me. You know?
Yeah, see, that's the problem with the Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's 8:24 on Rock 102.
Life's loud. Work's annoying.
It's 8:27 with Bax and Nagle and Marty Caproni on Rock 102.
Liam, we'll have the full forecast for you.
Tomorrow on the show, Scott Zolak will be joining us. We talk about Patriot football during the bye week.
And
then
Sweet and Low.
And Sweet and Low. And then also is a Thunderbird Thursday. Your chance to win something nice from your Springfield Thunderbirds.
I got to tell you, that Squatchachusetts guy brought me that Sweet and Low sweatshirt. Oh, man, is that cherry or what?
Yeah, that's the best shirt I've ever seen.
You haven't worn it, though, have you?
I wore it over the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, you got to be secure in your manhood to wear that coat.
I am.
No, why wouldn't you be secure?
I wore
in
it
it
out in the public in the MGM. I walked all around there. Got that Eric Estrada cut out and brought it out to the tent. How could you not notice a guy doing that?
If you got the nerve to order extra Sweet and Lows in your coffee, then you got the nerve to wear the sweatshirt. That's as simple as that.
I think it was a great sweatshirt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is a nice sweatshirt. I do have to complain, though, about the people who were all tagging me in the Eric Estrada photos from Friday night. Friday night, Eric Estrada, we were trying to get him on to no avail, yet all the people met him at the airport, people met him at MGM, they're all getting pictures taken with him. And I'm like, one guy, this guy Bill I've known for years, I said, did you at least tell him that we were looking to interview him? And he goes, yes. And he said he heard that several times throughout the day. So at least the message is getting to Eric Estrada, and hopefully if he's still alive by next year, we could get him on for an interview.
That's our guy, man. We did the interview with him here, remember? And then off air, he goes, hey, guys, that was great, man. If you guys ever need anything, let me know. If you're ever out in L.A., hit me up. And
I've heard that kind of thing before.
Yeah, we've heard
it's
that.
super L.A., but I told Steve when we got off the interview, I go, how great would it be just to go out to L.A. and call him and be like, hey, I'm here, Eric. Yes, from the Western Massachusetts radio. Do you want to grab a bagel and some coffee?
Yeah, listen, a lot of these celebrities say a lot of things, but they don't always step up to the plate, as it were.
You know what? I'll wear my Sweet and Low sweatshirt tomorrow night at the shortstop. How about that?
I would appreciate.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Why
you
not
do that?
Yeah.
Of course, there's no Claxton Fruitcake T-shirt or sweatshirt. I would love one of those, but they've got no real swag in the fruitcake industry.
No merch at the fruitcake industry.
They got a hat, but I don't need a hat. I got plenty of hats, but nothing. But that's it.
I was sent a picture of a T-shirt the other day that said, "I got it at the hospice shop."
hospice shop?
Well, yeah, it's like
and on your way out, stop by our gift store.
Yeah, well, I mean, every place has a gift shop. I mean, the 9/11 museum has a gift shop on the way out. I mean,
it's
that's
huge.
Yeah. Why not have a hospice gift shop?
Yeah. Because you can't take it with you. That's why. I mean, you can get the big pencils and the T-shirts, but I mean, you can't leave with it.
My dad was on hospice. It's funny. No one ever told me it was an option that I could have got. Like, my dad was on hospice, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt.
It's 8:31. News is next to Rock 102.
Here's your Western Mass.
8:34 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Health New England. They're here with you every step of the way. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Police are asking for your help locating a man missing out of Connecticut. The photo that they have on the Western Mass News website is of 20-year-old Julius Stockinus, who police say went missing from his home in Enfield around 5:30 a.m. Monday morning. He's described as just over 6 feet with brown hair. Police shared an update on their search, saying they found his vehicle burned just outside of the Scantic River State Park, and an extensive search of the park and surrounding area is underway. K-9 teams will be in the area of the Royce Memorial Park, running between Simon Road, Town Farm Road, and Grant Road in Enfield. There's no immediate public safety concern at this time. Enfield and East Windsor police ask you to report any information you may have. If you or someone you know has any information regarding Julius's whereabouts, please contact the East Windsor Police Department.
I saw the picture of that guy. He's really like jacked.
Yeah. It's a strange thing. One person has been transported to the hospital following a tractor-trailer versus car crash on I-91 South in Springfield on Tuesday afternoon. This happened amidst a snowstorm in Western Mass between exit 6 and 5B. According to the Springfield Fire Department, emergency crews were called to the scene around 2:15 p.m. One person was trapped and rescued, explained Captain Droopy Monty, representative for the Springfield Fire Department.
Oh, no. There's problems again.
The individual was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A short time after the crash happened, Western Mass News saw a backup of traffic in the area via the Mass DOT camera system, which surprisingly is somehow working right now. Remember I was looking at a couple of weeks ago and none of the cameras were working?
Yeah.
Fire officials reported that traffic was restricted to one lane following the crash. Tow trucks were brought into the scene to remove both vehicles for the highway. Is that how they get them off? They bring in a tow truck? That's something I've never heard before.
I don't know.
No immediate word of weather played a factor in the crash. However, the snowstorm continued to hit Western Mass at that hour.
Is that exit the one where the curve is, where like Forest Park is?
No. The 5B and 6 is the MGM exit, and then 6 is well, wait a minute. 5B is what? I can't remember which one they are now.
Broad Street?
Maybe. I don't know. It's in that MGM area. There. 6, I believe, is the MGM.
I'm still working on the old numbers, so I can't remember any of that stuff.
So
it screws you up.
It does.
Yeah.
My mom used to tell me a story that was like one of her tales that she used to like to tell me that I'm curious if any of the listeners ever heard the same story. Do you know the curve there where all the accidents happen, where Forest Park is and everything?
Yeah.
Do you know the story behind that?
No.
When it was Eisenhower, whoever was making the interstate system where they build in 91 and 95 and all this, apparently a lot of the politicians allegedly knew where the roads were going to go ahead of time. So what they did was they would buy up with other groups of friends or through friends. They would buy up the property where the thing would go, and then the government would pay them a premium to buy that by eminent domain or whatever and take their land. My mother's story was that at the time, that's what happened there, and they made a miscalculation. And when they made the miscalculation and realized they didn't have the property there, they had the political juice to ensure that the roadway moved, thereby putting that turn in so that they bought the appropriate land.
Wasn't your mother an alcoholic?
No, never. No, she wasn't.
Was she prone to wild tales of exaggeration?
No.
Marty, let me tell you about the traffic curve. You know why that's there? Because all the politicians own the land and they wanted the money.
First of all, my mother was an angel, so how dare you? Second of all, and she didn't speak like your father. Second of all, your drunk choo-choo train engineer dad. My mom was an angel. All right. but she used to tell me this tale all the time, and it wasn't like some crazy thing. Like she even mentioned names and stuff like that to me. So I'm just saying.
Well, is it the Longmeadow Curve or the Chicopee Curve you're thinking of? Because the Longmeadow Curve, I mean, you would have to reroute the highway because of the landscape there. Because of the mountain.
No, but I think it was the Longmeadow Curve. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Longmeadow Curve. But I could be wrong. It could be the Chicopee Curve. But when you look at it on a map, I think the original way it could have been surveyed, it would have came in gradually into downtown and not come the way that it came.
I don't know if there's.
That's why I threw it out there.
Listen, I don't know. Who knows the history? Who knows?
Sometimes there's a listener. You never know.
Somebody out there knows. Somebody knows the real story of the curve.
The real story.
A Springfield woman will
Howard Johnson is right.
A Springfield woman will serve time in prison after pleading guilty to a South Hadley bank robbery. Melissa Sipple, a spokesperson for the Northwestern DA's office, said 27-year-old Rosa Murillo of Springfield pled to charges including an armed robbery and making a bomb hijack threat. Authorities said Murillo reportedly went into Westfield Bank on Willimanson Street in South Hadley on December 11th of last year, demanded cash from the teller, and claimed that she had a bomb strapped to her. She was arrested 2 days later and has been held on bail ever since. Hampshire Superior Court Judge Jane Mulqueen sentenced Murillo to 4 to 5 years in state prison after accepting the guilty plea. She did receive credit for 352 days served for the time when she has been held in custody. So you get out in 3 years. How about that? That's pretty good. Murillo will be on probation for 2 years after her release, with conditions that she complete a substance abuse evaluation and treatment, submit to random drug screening, and stay away from all Westfield Bank locations. But that's where my account is. How am I supposed to?
Well, you'll have to establish a new account somewhere else.
You know you're not allowed here at Westfield Bank. It was only that one time. I know, man, but
could you go to the tube at least?
I don't think she can go anywhere.
Vacuum tube? What would you go? What do? Like, one move and the container gets it. I mean, what do you do?
What about a free lollipop? Can you get a free lollipop?
Not after that.
No.
Yeah. No. God,
forget the lollipops.
Yeah. MGM Springfield joined Rock 102 host Bax and Nagle. Have you heard of these two idiots?
No, I have not.
To sort through the food collected during this year's Rock 102 Mayflower Marathon, Giving Tuesday was in full spring at the open pantry, or pantry pantry as the
AI did in our video.
Right.
Yeah.
No. It says open pantry.
Very clearly said open pantry, but AI misheard it. And
all right. Yeah. All right.
Now that's a stuff the truck kind of event, right?
Okay.
Rock 102 morning show hosts Mike Baxendale and Steve Nagle told us last year we raised about $237,000, but this year we were way over that. The generosity of the community was really something special. I know there's a lot of people out there that rely on these services that the open pantry provides. And when you're talking food insecurity in Hampden County alone at 54%, all of these canned goods and non-perishable food donations are going to go a long, long way. It was also announced that just over $262,000 was raised, was a new record for the 32nd year of the Mayflower.
Thank you.
Clapping for you, gentlemen.
Be here all week.
What a great event. Honestly,
isn't it something?
Yep, and a big shout out. I know that John's family and his passing definitely was one of those things. I think that put us
there were a
over
lot.
The hump.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that donated cash and checks in John's name, and that's fantastic.
That's awesome. I mean, he was the first guy to do that. To sit out there in a parking lot, which began as a radio station promotion, I believe. And then
when they told me he had to do it a second year, you can imagine how thrilled he was to hop on board.
Second year with a different guy, right? Or was it two different guys that he did it with, and then you came along?
No, I think he did it with Jonathan Reynolds 2 years, and then I came in the. Would that be right? Yeah, this was my 30th one. So yeah, so 2 years, and then me.
That's
and then I came in.
So you've been at it for 30 almost, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gee golly.
Yeah. I've only been doing it 21. That was my 21st year.
So you're finally legal with the. You're finally legal with it.
Barely legal. I'm barely legal now.
Well, that's so hot.
Yeah, right.
Steve.
Yeah, it is.
I was.
Click here for more.
That was my.
It's my only cans page.
Only cans.
Only cans right here. Stuff the truck. All right.
Anyway, Marty, you were saying.
No, I was just gonna say I was that was my first time going the full distance with you guys, and God bless you. I mean, 30 years of that. I don't know how you've done it, and I know you've done it.
But my feeling has always been that if you experience the final day, like the Wednesday, I mean, that's when you really start to see, like this major explosion of everybody, donating at the last possible second, and it's really the thrill of the whole thing is Wednesday, and the last hour, it's crazy. It's the last 3 years, when I have to read the unofficial total, I've barely been able to get through it the last 3 years.
You made me cry when I got done. I went up to you and I was like, I went to say congratulations. I don't know if you remember this, but it came out like this. Right.
I just thought you were drunk.
No. I couldn't get it out because between the, Tim, John's brother, coming down and then Miner and Dave stepping up and all these people and
it's everything. It's everything, and it's that way every year. And the fact that you had John as a big part of this in a way. It made it just that much more powerful. So, I mean, I love this event, and I always have. This one was something really very special.
I loved being a small part of it. It was awesome. So, thank you guys.
Just think, though, what if we get another year where we don't break a record? Now you're gonna have to be like, well, now I can't cry.
But this is why I say, going into it, and I never want to compete against myself on this thing because, if you get less than $262,000, did you fail? No, you didn't fail at all.
Yeah, you still raised a lot of money in food.
It's really a matter of feeding people rather than about breaking records. Breaking records is great, but that should not be why we go into this.
Yeah. And I will add, and I think I can speak for you as well. When people say, well, how do you make it through these 3 days? Listen, so what? We're tired for a week. It's a drop in the hat compared to people. I have food on my plate. You know what I mean? I can buy dinner. Yeah. I can get, my kids are, they can eat. There's a lot of people out there that don't do that. I think being tired for a week is nothing compared to what people go through. So, that's what kind of drives us to keep doing this.
Yeah, and I noticed, when you say grace at I don't know if your family does it, but my family does that. My cousin Bob does grace at the family dinner. There's like 20 of us, and when my cousin Bob was doing grace, that was one of the thoughts in my head was all the people that hopefully are having a turkey dinner now because of that. That made me happy, and it was also cool to see people I know coming down and the people that I've met through the show, through you guys coming down, Hawkman in a wheelchair, Kevin Galoo coming down and talking about how he needed food at one point in his life. Like all these moments that I now take with me, and I'm like, oh, that's I can see why you guys do it.
And even and in a very real way, you almost can't wait till next year.
It really is. It's a privilege, kind of.
That's how I feel.
To do it. Yeah. Yep.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 34. It's 27 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
It's 8:51 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
I just gave you the forecast.
Bourbon Barbecue and Blues is coming back. Brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements. We're just talking about him off the air. Saturday, January 31st at the Log Cabin in Holyoke from 6 to 9. A great night of delicious food, smooth drinks, and hot blues from Neil and the Vipers. Tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. It is a great event. January 31st, Bourbon, Barbecue, and Blues. Again, brought to you by Dave Miner and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
$20 dinner and a comedy show now 1 hour earlier. 7 p.m. start tomorrow night at the Shortstop. That'll make it easier for everybody.
Now, if I wanted to go just for the dinner, that would start when?
6:30.
6:30.
Yeah.
Get packed down a lot of food in a half an hour.
Why did I say that wrong? Yes.
Doors open at 6, dinner's at 6:30, show starts right at 7 o'clock.
I said that wrong the last break. I said I'm all messed up in my head. So you're going to be out of there. The bottom line is, even with the show, you're going to be out of there 8:15, 8:30.
8:30 probably, and you'll be able to watch Thursday Night Football if you if you're into that. I'm reading these news of the weird stories here.
Yeah.
It has the story about that intoxicated raccoon passing out in the bathroom. It also has drunk chimps. Wild chimps consume more alcohol than anyone expected. And another one about raccoons. This guy, man tries to rescue injured raccoon, gets bitten on face while driving, learns it has rabies. If you can't trust these raccoons that you pick up just randomly on the side of the road, whom can you trust?
Just because the raccoon is, hitchhiking on the highway doesn't mean you're pulling over anyway.
Listen, the drunk chimp thing is very understandable. You know what I mean? Those chimps got to procreate, They got
to learn human science.
Those lady chimps they're not big on, beauty care and maintenance. It's, flash you back to dating in the 80s and 90s, buddy.
Once you give an innocent primate a chance to enjoy some of the things that we enjoy as humans, they never go back. Do you ever remember the Southwick Wild Animal Farm in Mendon, Massachusetts? Remember that?
Yeah, it's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still there now. But there used to be this chimpanzee in a cage. I forgot what his name. I think it was like Samson or something like that, or Smoking Joe. And people would throw their lit cigarettes at the monkey, and the monkey
got addicted.
Was smoking cigarettes all day.
That's amazing.
Smoking cigarettes, chewing bubble gum, eating their snacks. He's having the time of his life. And you're gonna find this hard to imagine. He died of emphysema.
No way.
I know. Yeah. They never saw it coming.
In that story. I thought you were going to say, turns out he saved up enough Marlboro miles back in the day to get a backpack.
Well,
and
he's
probably
left smoking like 3 packs a day.
You said Southwick Zoo?
Southwick, yeah.
That
Southwick
sounds
Zoo.
more like a Palmer Zoo than it does.
Back in the day, that was more like a Palmer type of zoo.
Yeah.
Speaking of zoos and primates, all right, I'm going to say this again. He's told me that I can come anytime I want to come.
Giggity.
But I got to tell you guys, Stan Lupa from Lupa Zoo, the best follow on Facebook, because he raises some of these little baby monkeys by himself. Mm-hmm. They're so cute. You see him in little diapers.
Oh, yeah.
He's got little bottles he's feeding them. It's the only thing that makes me happy on social media.
They are absolutely adorable right before they rip your face off.
No, they're little monkeys. They're little primates. I don't think they even have a chimp, but they have like spider monkeys and they have all these other monkeys.
Charlotte Nash.
That's right.
Of Ludlow.
Peter Tork. They got Davy Jones. All the monkeys.
Mike Nesmith on occasion.
Do they really name them that?
No, I just was seeing if you were listening, Steve. I knew Bax was.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe they do. I mean, there's zoos around here that name animals after famous people.
Dude, he's also got otters. I don't know about you, but I watch otter videos on social media.
They're fun.
They're
fun
amazing.
to watch.
And he's got little baby otters, and they play with his yellow lab. They're squeaking, biting his ear, jumping all over the lap. It's the best follow on Facebook.
Okay, Marty.
Sorry.
Interesting.
Well, listen. If animal videos are fun and enjoyable. Do you see that one the other day? This guy's at a zoo, right, and he's having the time of his life, and he decides, hey, you know what? I'm going to lower myself into the lion, into the lion cage just to see what happens. And lo and behold, The lion was so happy to see him.
Did it go like you think?
Oh, yeah. It went exactly like he lowered himself down and jumped down on the ground. There was the lion waiting for him, and they're playing, and they're ripping each other's flesh off. And next thing you know, they had to separate the lion from this man's dead carcass.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
bummer.
even the most... What?
No, that's just a bummer that all of Bax's zoo stories end sad. It's a chimpanzee with emphysema, a corpse.
Yeah, but he got to enjoy the cool, refreshing. He was lighting his lucky.
Lupa
He was
used to
alive with pleasure with Newports.
Lupa used to have like a black panther. You know, like the.
That monkey would walk a mile for a camel.
Yeah.
Lupa used to have.
You get the Marlboro miles on the free kayak out of that whole deal.
I don't think the monkey was going to use the kayak.
Lupa used to have a black panther that I always wanted to go in the cage and pet.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask Stan if he lets me go there if they still have it to let me pet it. But now I'm not, because I'm going to think of lion carcasses and chimpanzees with camel cash.
We don't have enough time right now, but I have something very gross to tell you at 9:10 when we come back.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Look at you, Dave Coombs, over there.
Do you like pickles, or is it just our friend that likes the pickles that helped us out with the videos and stuff? Are you a pickle fan?
I love dill pickles.
Yeah.
I told you the best pickles that you're going to find in Western Massachusetts are McKinstry Farms dill pickles.
All right. I will make you never want to pickle again with this story.
No,
Coming
I'm
up
not
at
going to
9:10.
listen then.
All right. No, you're not going anywhere. It's 8:58 at Rock 102.
It's back. Rock 102.